Welcome back to Market Pros, and here we have Bitcoin on the 1 hour. All right, so as you see, we have we had quite the dump, and then we had a nice little bull trap or a bear trap, and had quite the pump. Now we're going to talk about where we go next. First, we're going to go over the chart layout so you can see what I'm seeing. Then we will go over the analysis. So here you have your moving averages. Yellow being your 21, red being your 50, blue being your 100, and purple being your 200. Next, you have your VPVR here to your right, which measures horizontal volume in a certain price level. Basically, how your volume is vertical, this volume is horizontal. Next, we have your momentum oscillators, one being your RSI, other one being your MACD, and then we have a volatility measurement, which is called your BBWP. Okay, so as you can see, like I said, we had quite the pump. Got rejected from about 17K, just about. Came back down, moved sideways, had quite a nice move back up. Got rejected basically from 17,050, and now we're coming back down. We are being held up by the 100 or 21, but we could dip down a little bit into these moving averages. We do have a multi-moving average crossover. Looks like we could have a fan out confirmation, but like I said, we could probably dip down into these moving averages a little bit, find some support, and then continue on. RSI, neutral median zone right now below your signal line. So we could still come down, maybe down to the neutral line at the 50. All right, MACD, trying to get that retest, maybe a fresh cross to the downside. Could be a little bit of a fake out. All right, so we're going to find out what happens next because, like I said, we're going to have a lot of support here. Plus, we have the 100 and the POC right here, point of control in the VPVR. So that's going to be major, major support. Um, so yeah, I mean, we could come back down somewhere in these moving averages to the POC, still be in good shape, still making a higher low, and then we'll come back to it and see where we're at next. All right, so let's move on to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly, RSI, neutral median zone. Above your signal line, looks like you could come back down and test it. You need to stay above 16,775 in order to stay above that signal line. MACD, crossing that zero line, finding some resistance on it right now though, starting to curl over. Are we going to get rejected, or is this just going to be a test of the zero and the signal line and then, resume to the upside? BBWP, above its moving average. I do expect the volatility to continue. Seeing right now we have your 21 and your POC on the bi-hourly coming in at 16,700. So that's what I'm saying. We could come down to that level and then bounce. It's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour. Still have, if we close here or lower, we will have a confirmed high. Okay. And then we will have bearish divergence unless, yeah, I mean, we're going to have bearish divergence unless we don't confirm this as a low or as a high. We still have an hour and 50 minutes left to do that. We need to get back above basically 16,820 in order to not confirm that as a high and clarify that bearish divergence. MACD coming up strong on your zero line, strong upside curvature, retested your signal line, your MACD line, tested your signal line. Positive momentum's increasing, but it's starting to wane just a bit. So we're going to find out if if it's just a pullback and then we resume to the upside, which is more probable scenario. We did get rejected from the 100, pretty much front ran it a little bit, but we expected that in the Discord, that 1780 level. So if you do come back up, you could probably get a small rejection at 17,128. Come back down, maybe consolidate around the top of this range real quick, and then head to the upside. RSI is coming down, basically getting rejected from that neutral median line. Could come down to the bearish control zone. Signal line is going to work its way up there though, so that's going to be major, major support. BBWP, strong upside curvature. Moving average has an upside curvature, working its way into the upper zone. So let's go to the daily real quick. Daily, trying to get out of that bearish control zone, coming up to the signal line. MACD, losing its downside curvature, starting to curl around, printing a light red bar on the histogram. Today and tomorrow is going to mean a lot for this daily chart. All right, even your BBWP, strong upside curvature, getting above that 10 percentile. Same with your moving average, upside curvature. I do expect the volatility to continue. So let's go back down to the 1 hour, talk about the bullish and bearish case. The bearish case is that we break 16,660. 16,660 on a 1 hour closure. I would expect us to come back down to the low at 16,415 region, and then we'll come back to it. Bullish case is that we break this last high at basically 16,910. If that happens, I would expect this to come up to the top of the range, 17,130. Small rejection there, probably back down to 17K, dance around here for a little bit, liquidating people, and then work our way back to the upside. Now here on the 15-minute, that 16,720 level that we was basically just talking about, 16,700, 16,720 has a bullish order block right there. Stochastic is pointing to the downside, but it's starting to converge and diverge to its signal line, so it wouldn't take much to turn that back around. Okay, so we're basically just waiting whether we break this little range low at 16,771, come back down to there, at least get a bounce, and then we'll come back to it, figure out where we go next. So if you guys like this video so far, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below, one being the Discord. A lot of good conversation about trading, crypto, investing, markets as a whole. It is the place to be. We talk about these moves before they happen. We stay ahead of this market collectively. Also, we have events every single week, so stay tuned for those. We share our trades, we share our strategies. Definitely join the Discord. All right, so let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum getting rejected from our red box. Once again, pretty much grinding out the upside right now. Got front ran by the 200, rejected from the bottom of our red box. And now we're basically sitting on the POC, point of control, in the VPVR. All right, RSI, leaving that bullish control zone below your signal line. MACD, either a test or a fresh cross to the downside, printing a slightly dark red bar on the histogram as the BBWP is contracting. We're still above that 10 percentile, so we could turn around. So if Bitcoin, continues its volatility, I would expect the same for Ethereum. Okay, yeah, we're kind of going sideways right now, but we're waiting on to see what Bitcoin does, okay? Bullish case is that you break back into this red box and get back above this 200 at 1240. All right? If that happens, I would expect a small rejection from the 1277 region, but ultimately I think we would get back up to the top of the red box at 1323. Bearish case is that you break the 100 in this VPVR level at about 1176. All right, if that happens, I would expect a small bounce from 1162, but ultimately I think we'd be going back down to 1080. All right, so that's about it for Ethereum. Let's move on to Solana. Solana now looking pretty weak. We had the nice little pump, but you kind of just rolled over. Your moving averages all have negative slopes, all below each other from the smallest to the largest. RSI, entering that bearish control zone below your signal line. MACD, trying to cross that zero line to the downside. Are we going to find support here, though? We found resistance the last two times. So the zero line is going to turn into support. Okay, we're starting to print some dark red bars on the histogram, but as long as we don't cross it and get back below this last low on the MACD, we're still, still have a shot. Okay, now, and if Bitcoin moves, Solana's probably going to move with it. Solana might not be as volatile or as bullish. If Bitcoin does go bullish, it's a little weaker, but we'll find out. Your BBWP is coming up strong to your moving average right now. I do expect it to cross it. I do expect this volatility to continue. Now, bullish case is that you break these last range highs at 1262. I would expect a small rejection from the 200 at about $13, but ultimately I think we would get back up to $13.90. All right, bearish case is that you break 1178. If that happens, $11 is in the cards once again. Okay, so those are my thoughts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description below. I wish everyone well. Everyone have a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, and I will see you tomorrow.